Hi, it's Jen Lupo. I'm back. So we roll up. We scrounged up dollar bills to fill my tank, and we go down to Providence from UMass Amherst, and we roll up, and everybody's wide-eyed. It was like no one was doing that back then. No one was like going to clubs. Nobody was going on road trips, really. Not a bunch of girls. It was all girls. It was all us girls. And we were like, we're going to do this. So we show up in Providence. We don't know what is going on. We're there for the fun. We're there for it all. We all stick together. We get inside the club. My uncle's like, they're with me. Everyone's like, who is that tall girl? He's like, that's my niece. Everyone working there was like, he has a niece? I've never heard of this person. They knew then. They knew then because that one moment, that one night opened up this whole world of music and the love between my uncle and I. It was like then and maybe Thanksgiving that we would see each other. It was like he didn't have kids, but I was his favorite niece. And I love him so much. And we're both like the black sheep of our family, I think. Not to get too deep because I wanna tell this story about that night. So I'll get back to our relationship. But when people say come, say yes. That's my point. Don't say, oh, I don't know if that's going to work out. We're going to be tired. We don't know if we have this money to get in the gas tank. Nope. Just say yes and go. Because that night, we push up to the front row. And this band that we had never heard of, it was Mike Watt. Mike Watt was so talented. He played his guitar like butter. It was like, I'm saying butter. Here you say butter. He played like butter. His guitar skills were, in his band. But here we are. We don't even know what good music is yet. We're 90s rap and hip hop. We're listening to Mike Watt. He has us entranced. It's the most amazing live music that we've heard. Now, I say this is in the 90s. You know what bands? You know alternative was huge. You know rap, hip-hop. There was a lot of genre coming into the 90s. It was like the 90s were unbelievable for musical genre. And I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. All of these cardinals are flying by me, and those are my angels, by the way. I'm convinced that there are 3 sets of cardinals that live in my backyard, and they constantly tell me that they're there. Sorry, I was distracted. They're so pretty. He starts introducing his bandmates, which I highly respect because, listen, there's no one-man band. There's no one-girl band. A band is a group of people collectively that make it happen, okay? So he's introducing we're all clapping like, he's awesome, she's awesome. We don't know any of you, but you're all awesome. And then this dude in the back of the stage behind him, who had his head hung the whole time they were performing, quiet, never really looked up the whole time. He was just like jamming out on his guitar. Mike Watt turns around and says, this is in the 90s, people, pay attention. And thank you to my good friend, Eddie Vedder. Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam. Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam was 10 feet in front of my friends and I. And we lost our minds. After the shock had subsided, we lost our minds. The whole place erupted. The fire marshal was in there making sure that only the amount of people at that capacity was in that club. They weren't letting in one extra. And do you want to know why? Because as soon as people found out that Eddie Vedder was at that show, it wouldn't have been what it was. And it was the most intimate, amazing show I think I've seen in my life. And they went on like it was no big deal that Eddie Vedder was on stage with us. And they rocked out, and we rocked out, and then we drove home to UMass Amherst. New women, new people. Just say yes. When people ask you to do something, just say yes.